Did you know Earth is flat? Did you know that gravity is a lie? Did you know that the government, not any government in particular, just the one government, has been lying to us for decades? Do you ever go onto YouTube and you look up something as simple as like, how do I make an omelet? And then all of a sudden you're watching flat earth conspiracy videos because somehow the algorithm makes you start watching this crazy shit that makes you just keep going and going. That seems to have happened with me, and then what I did was I guess I watched them, and well, the people are very interesting. So in these videos, you know, it's pretty simple. They say that NASA and the government have been lying to us, and they seem to have some sort of proof. There's always proof in the title. Oh, I've got proof that the Earth is flat. I've got proof that Antarctica is just an ice wall around the Earth. But then they don't really show any proof. But anyway, they sometimes do experiments as well, which obviously are very groundbreaking and move the science forward rather than backwards, of course. Look, how about I show you a couple examples and see if your mind changes. I've got an open mind, and I'll see if any of these seem to sway me in the direction of flat Earth rather than a globe Earth. So our first video is by Hidden Knowledge. Let's watch.
Believed by the majority of the world, we have been taught without common sense and experience that the Earth, motionless, flat Earth beneath our feet, is actually a massive, moving, spinning ball.
That's not that funny.
Through space at 100 miles per hour and tilted 23.5 degrees on its vertical axis while orbiting the sun 67,000 miles per hour, with the entire solar system spiraling at 500,000 miles per hour around the Milky Way. How bizarre is that?
I'm with her. It is pretty bizarre. I mean, it's pretty bizarre to think all of that stuff. But you know what else is bizarre? Computers, phones, cars. Individuals who don't study these things aren't going to understand them. But someone who does study it, or who works in that environment, is going to understand it. It's not bizarre to them.
Gravity is keeping everything from falling and flying. A sphere where people on the other side live with their feet above their heads. Where trees and crops grow upside down.
Okay, I gotta be honest with you guys. Because I live in Australia, everything's upside down. This is the actual orientation of the video. I mean, look, for the sake of the video, I'm gonna turn it back around just so it doesn't seem a bit jarring, you know? But she has a point.
They have been lying to us for decades. They have been programming our minds. We need to stop thinking we're monkeys. We need to stop believing that our Earth is this spinning ball when we feel nothing. We don't see anything spinning, friends. We don't feel it. We don't see our hair flying.
I think if we were able to feel the rotation of the Earth, it'd be more than our hair flying, lady.
They say gravity is holding everything from falling, and not true. That's just the best way of saying that you are going to listen to me when I tell you that the Earth is round.
Yeah, f*** you, Einstein, for creating the theory of relativity. F*** you, man.
We were born into believing that we wake up unnaturally every day at the same time or different times, it doesn't matter.
I thought there was only two options. We wake up at the same time every day or different times every day. I didn't know there was a third option. What's the third option? If you can sleep longer than 24 hours, like, I'll give you a medal.
They said we were monkeys, but we don't see any monkeys turning into humans, ever. You need to wake up. You need to wake up.
What are you, my fucking alarm? I don't think anyone said that we're monkeys. I think they said we're cousins of monkeys. Well, I mean, maybe I am. Have you seen how hairy my family is? You know, sometimes it's not all about space with flat earthers. Let's analyze somewhere here on Earth. This one, she doesn't really talk. She just puts some writing on the screen. Well, we are. Well, it's not that there are really secrets behind Antarctica. Unless you want to consider Mother Nature a being that is holding secrets from us, then, you know, maybe that's relevant, or maybe that makes some sense. But the truth is we're just constantly researching the area. There's a lot of resources in that area that we don't want people to just take and to mine. That's why we made the Antarctic Treaty, right? I mean, we're already fucking up the Earth pretty badly, right? I don't think we need oil rigs in Antarctica. It's just like this random picture of the Pope Benedict and the Patriarch of Moscow. People run up to them on the streets and then they shake them like, what's the secret behind Antarctica? And then they get shot. I thought you said we can't go to Antarctica. Now you're saying we can. And where did these facts come from? 150 feet, 360 degrees ice wall barrier. Like, where did you get those measurements from? Is it a hypothesis or is it a fact? If it's a fact, then show me some evidence, you know what I mean? And don't show me Game of Thrones, all right? No spoilers, please. Yeah, I would love to have my house like built just here on this piece of ice. So when it melts, I drown. All right, let's break from hidden knowledge just for a moment. We'll get back to it. Let's maybe just delve into some inquisitions by some flat earthers and see if we can answer some of those questions, okay?
This is the best questions for people who believe in this thing right here. It's common sense questions like, why hasn't curvature ever been photographed? Or why is all of NASA's photos of our Earth been doctored or photoshopped? So just some questions like that.
All right, so one question I like to ask heliocentric enthusiasts. I do these in kind of two parts. So I'll, for example, say, do you believe that we went to the moon? Their answer will be yes. Now, although NASA has admitted on multiple occasions that they can't go beyond low Earth orbit.
Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go.
Thank you for having the full video so we could get a better understanding of the context of the answer. Maybe he was talking about the ship that he was on right now. You know what else orbits the Earth, right? The moon. So, you know.
We only see that one side of the moon, right? According to the heliocentric model, we only see that one side of the moon because of tidal locking. Tidal locking is why they tell us we only see that one side of the moon.
This is my point with flat earthers. You give them an explanation that makes sense and is scientifically proven, and they're just like, oh, tidal locking. Bro, you've got the answer in front of you.
Well, why do you think we don't have a camera pointing back at the Earth showing us a 24-hour live feed of the Earth spinning? Don't you think that would be something that people would like to see?
I think that is a fantastic idea. I really do. Like, I'm not being sarcastic or anything. I think that's actually a really cool idea. I mean, disregard the ISS feed that is almost constant, right? The idea of having a camera that's pointed to Earth from the moon sounds like a pretty cool idea. Well, what's this mean? Still waiting for NASA to zoom in on the Earth and show buildings and cars upside down. If the spaceship was north of America and it pointed down, everything's going to be upside down as well, isn't it? Einstein. I mean, I was joking about filming upside down. That was just a gag, you know what I mean? Just as much of a joke as this piece of shit.
Wouldn't you like to think that it will be easy?
Great question. The Earth's atmosphere is about 11 kilometers upwards. The moon is about 380,000 kilometers away. Whilst the satellites work pretty well, there's a huge distance between us and the moon.
Back to you, Mike.
All right, so thanks, D Marvel. Definitely appreciate your questions. Hopefully we can get some globe believers down in the comment section to help answer some of these questions.
All right, let's do that. Let's go answer some questions, hey? This will be pretty cool.
My question is going to be, first of all, clouds. Now, if you believe in gravity and you believe in the current science and what they say about gravity, that it pulls everything to the center of the mass, that's why water sticks to the earth. Why is it that clouds, which it says, according to scientists, the weight of an average cumulus cloud is 1.1 million pounds. So why do clouds float? Why doesn't gravity pull clouds, which is made up of water and air and water crystals and stuff like that? Why doesn't it pull it down to Earth, to the center of the mass? It says, so even though typical clouds do contain a lot of water, this water is spread out for miles in the form of tiny water droplets or crystals, which are so small that the effect of gravity on them is negligible. Why is it that they don't fall?
They do fall. It's called rain.
And that's a really good question.
No, it's not.
Frankly, a lot of this stuff with the heliocentric model doesn't make sense. If you believe in the heliocentric model, you believe in too much contradictory thing. Contradictory thing. That to me, it doesn't make sense from a common sense standpoint.
The reason it doesn't make sense from a common sense standpoint is because they're not common sense questions. They require people who understand these things very well, which is why you can't get a common sense answer for most of them. All right, let's look at some more
contradictory
evidence that is outlined in a video entitled, "It's Not Real People." It's not real people, or it's not real people. Anyway, let's just get into it. Cool intro, by the way. I think it's really like, he's like, I'm ready to fuck shit up.
Carlos here once again with another video, and we're going to be talking about something that everyone seems to have an opinion on. But when we look at the evidence or the lack of evidence, you're going to have some questions. You're going to have to think about this stuff.
I really like how he says lack of evidence, because as we'll see, there's going to be plenty.
And that is, do we have actual photographs of the Earth?
NASA's not the only space agency, they tell us, right?
What? What did he say? I think he's saying, what about other space agencies apart from NASA? Which is a very valid question, but of course he doesn't answer it, which is bellissimo.
So when we actually start to look at the evidence, okay, what do we see? Okay, when you Google pictures of Earth, okay, here's from Russia. This is supposedly a picture from Russia.
Okay, first of all, there's nothing that says that this picture is from Russia. If you look over to the right, if you can read, it says, what will Earth look like in 500 years? Maybe that isn't a real picture. Maybe it's an artist's concept of what the Earth will look like in 500 years.
Okay, let's take a look at this one. Here's another picture of the Earth.
This guy's just clicking on random shit. This says test animation of a simple Earth rotation at 4K. Animation is the key word. I don't think that's a picture, mate. I think you've just decided to click on random things.
Oh, look at there's the United States. Let's look. Oh, wait, the United States shrunk.
I don't know why you're clicking random things and pretending like you know where the pictures are from, because everything that you've clicked on seems to be an animation, or it seems to be a mock-up. If you follow the link, you would find out, or even if you could read, it would say Earth by Gerardo Hiram. And if you follow that, you will notice that this guy makes concept images of Earth and planets and odd things. But I guess you don't want to say that, do you? You don't want to do the real research because you're a lazy dickhead.
There's the United States. Let's look. Oh, wait, the United States shrunk.
This is explained pretty simply by taking a camera with a zoom lens and with a normal lens, taking a picture of a ball close up with the normal lens, and then from far away with the zoom lens. You'll see that whatever is shown there is actually magnified.
How do we know all of these photos or images are just that, images and not photos, and they're not real?
By clicking on the link. Click on the link, mate.
There's something huge missing besides the stars. What is missing? I'll tell you what's missing. This is what's missing. This is what supposedly it should look like.
Supposedly by who? By you? Mr. Professional picture analytical person? Let's do a nice little simple experiment that anyone can do with a computer or with a phone. This is the Eureka building, right? The Eureka building is the tallest building that we have in Melbourne. So let's start zooming out. Okay, I can still see it there. Yeah, still there. It's probably a pixel by now. Okay, yeah, still zooming out. And cool. Now this is a pretty big image of the Earth. point out to me where the Eureka building is.
So come on, man. Have some actual integrity.
Integrity? This guy's talking about integrity.
This is supposedly a picture from Russia.
Contradictory.
There's another picture there.
Contradictory.
Integrity.
Contradictory.
Let's go to the next video.
The question is this simple. You see all the water at the bottom. It's all piled up, gravity, right? What about all the water that's not being forced down by gravity? What is your explanation to me?
Gravity isn't real, guys. Watch this. Stick to the wall, Basil. Stick to the wall, you little Oh, look. Look, it's a hair. The hair sticks to the wall. Why doesn't gravity bring it down? Why doesn't it bring it down, guys? I just proved gravity isn't real. Okay, let's go back to sanity now. You know, this video just explains it all. It really does.
Why are we not allowed to walk the moon? Why? Why haven't anyone walked the moon since the moon landing back in July 20th, 1969?
We have, but we'll let this one slide.
Because there was never a moon landing, okay?
Okay.
And the 3 astronauts that staged this for the world was Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins.
Paid astronauts. I hope they were paid. Imagine going to your job and you just don't get paid.
They all 3 was paid to stage the moon and to fake the moon landing, okay? The moon, that's impossible for anyone to be able to travel the moon, okay? And I'm gonna have some reasons here why that I feel that we are not able to travel the moon or walk the moon. Getting to the rock with the sea on it, okay? Come out that was a prop to help stage as they thought it would be, okay? They want you to believe in this lie to hide flat Earth, okay? To hide the continuously turn into humans, okay?
Guys, we've been lied to all along. I was wrong. I think I understand, okay? The Earth is actually shaped like a toilet bowl. The reason we can't sail outwards is because the water just keeps coming down because of the inward curvature of the Earth. And that's why there's huge waves when we try and sail far out. And because the atmosphere is so thick, and because the water is on the side of the bowl, that's why the sky is blue. And when it rains, it's just a splashback. And the reason why people don't want to pollute the Earth is because if we clog up the toilet, then that's why the sea level will rise. That's what they mean by that. The toilet will clog and the sea level will rise. Look, I know what you're thinking. Chris, none of this makes sense. But I've just got one thing to say to you. Okay? I think that's enough Flat Earth videos for today. Thank you all for watching. If you want to follow me, go to my Instagram page, which is @NASA. That's my personal Instagram page. You can also find me on YouTube, which is youtube.com/
Contradictory.
Thanks again for watching.